There's over 300,000 Iranians in California, and there are major events happening right now in Iran. And there are even protests here in California supporting the protests inside Iran. Today we sit down with Bijan Kian, who's been involved and is monitoring these protests. He's telling us what's going on the ground and why Californians and Americans should care about what's happening in Iran. I'm Siamak Karami. Welcome to California Insider. Bijan, it's great to have you on. Welcome.
Glad to be with you. These are great moments.
Are these protests different? For a lot of people might have heard about protests in Iran. Is this time going to be different?
Extremely different. Extremely different. People of Iran have found their leadership. They're following the orders issued by Prince Reza Pahlavi. It looks like they're very organized. When you look at them, they're coming together. They're following his instructions precisely. This is amazing. We said that in order for people to be able to act together at the same time, this synchronicity requires a leader, somebody to hold the flag. You know, when you're moving together in a group, you need somebody to act as the compass. People found their compass. It's Prince Reza Pahlavi. If you're wondering how did all this happen, it's been months in planning and execution, precisely. Everything is going great. People are going to win. Siamak, this is a national movement. Has no place for anybody to take credit from outside. No foreigner. Foreigners will follow their own interests. They will do whatever serves their best interest. This is people of Iran's revolution. The previous demonstrations were for purposes that were specific. They did not have a common leadership. Siamak, you want to see the success and find the reason for it? This is the right season. It's the right season. Fall and winter. Schools are open. The manpower on the street is ready for combat. The media is helpful. The leadership, the most important thing, leadership that creates that same voice at the same time was missing. Now they have that. Prince Reza Pahlavi is providing the direction, and an army of people is taking over. Today, their goal is to capture and hold the sensitive centers of government. That's what they're doing. Of course, they're receiving resistance and brutality by the regime that has no limit in crime. This is a criminal entity. Overtaken a country for 47 years, but people are taking their stolen country back today against all these atrocities. It's important to note that the leadership is on notice, and many inside the armed forces have joined with the people, and they've sent the message to their fellow officers. They say, we are sending our children out in the streets. If you shoot them, we'll shoot you. And this is interesting. President Trump repeated exact same words in English.
President Trump making the statement that they should not touch the protesters. Has that made a big impact on how the Iranian government is treating the protesters right now?
Unfortunately, I can say that contrary to some claims that those killed were stampeded by the people, I don't think so. Siamak, we've seen the combat ammo killing people in large numbers. Massacre has happened. Massacre has happened in Mashhad, in other places. We have photographs of the ammunition that shows clearly these aren't shotguns. These are combat weapons. They're killing people. You know, they put, Siamak, it's hard to say this, but they put 11 bullets in a young woman's body. How many bullets does it take to kill a protester who has no weapons? This brutality must be recorded for the history to know what happened in Iran on this day. The people of Iran are very thankful to all those who sympathize with them and express their support. Of course, it has an effect on their morale. Of course, it has on their motivation. But the sentiment for them is, we're winning this revolution. This is our revolution. This belongs to us. No one takes credit for it. And that is the fact. That's the truth. And I believe it would be unfair and inaccurate if I don't tell you and your viewers that people are very grateful to President Trump. And they express that in many, many different ways publicly. So you ask if it has an effect. Of course it has an effect. When you're fighting, you always want to have people on your side cheering you up. And that's what President Trump is doing. And there's a lot more going on that, I don't think it's appropriate to broadcast details of a coordinated all-government plan to deliver on a promise by President Trump. I think I've already said too much, and you and your viewers get the message.
How long do you think it will take for things to change in Iran? Do you think it's a matter of days? Is it weeks?
As someone who's been in crisis situations and have seen change happen, I have to report to you, change has already happened. Would you, your viewers, imagine to see these numbers, millions of people? You asked your first question, how is this different? Millions of people, all fighting in the same direction, all putting their arrows in their bows and aiming at the heart of the Islamic Republic, and at the same time throwing those arrows. This has never happened. If I were to give credit, it would be leadership. Leadership, it's required. All those who have fought in battles, been in situations like this, know that leadership and communications, everything you need to win. Command, control, and coordination, computing, all of that. What's missing is computing. Right now, they need mini Starlinks to connect. The government has shut down the internet, all connections, even landlines don't work. So it's really important to be able to call for all those who can get mini Starlinks inside Iran, legally, of course, or whatever way. I'm not here to promote anything illegal, but to the degree possible, get these mini Starlinks into Iran, get them in the hands of the field commanders. They're going to win, Siamak. They're going to win. It's a war. They're showing casualties. They're taking hits, severe hits. Even one life lost is a disaster, is a tragedy, but they're winning in this war. They're winning. It's a time for tears and smiles at the same time, Siamak.
People that live here in the U.S., why should they care about what's happening in Iran?
The American people have paid with their lives of what the crimes of Islamic Republic. More than 500 American servicemen have been murdered at the hands of this criminal regime in Iran. The cost of international security has been going up geometrically because of the existence of an occupying force called Islamic Republic in Iran. Who is financing this? Is the American taxpayer. When your cost of international security and the cost of national security of the United States goes up, guess who pays the bills? The taxpayers. The taxpayers know today that the source of this increase in their cost of national security is greatly attributed to one criminal entity called Islamic Republic, the number one sponsor of terrorism in the world. So it's very directly related. Everything. Look at the price of oil. Look at how everyone is pressed. Why do you think? There are such conditions? Because of insecurity of the waterways. Who is making them insecure? Islamic Republic of Iran, either directly through their proxies or in any way they can. It has been a menace in the world. This Islamic Republic in Iran is not just the enemy of Iranians, it's the enemy of her neighbors, Iran's neighbors in the Persian Gulf, in the region, and in the world. So American taxpayers, this is a war fought by the Iranian people, and they're going to win, and you're going to be beneficiaries. So please recognize your best friends are the ones on the streets with their lives shielding freedom, just like you. just like America.
You said millions of people are on the streets right now, and this time is very different. Can you tell us what built up to this?
For months, the message has been very clear from Prince. Every movement needs a commander. No movement can hope to succeed without a commander. This has been in place. The message very consistently from Prince Reza Pahlavi to the people has been, look, you need to set aside your political differences. You need to come together, and you need to do that at one instance, in one day, on a certain hour. This message has been broadcasted for months and repeated by those who feel like they need to do what they can to follow and support Prince Reza Pahlavi as the leader of this movement. Siamak, it has to be also clear that when we say he is the leader of this movement, we follow him, even to the point that he says, look, I'm not leading this movement to become the king. I am leading this movement to lead everyone to a ballot box where everyone can have a voice. And guess what? He's saying, I am the guarantee to that. I will make sure. He says, don't call me king. I am not king. Don't call me king.
In terms of the international community, the Chinese Communist Party has come out and supported the regime. And then some other countries, they have had some reactions. There's been parliament members and congressmen here in the US and senators that have had reactions and supported the Iranian people. What are your thoughts on what's happening with the international community?
Well, Siamak, you and I both know, and I think our viewers know, that the relationship between the Communist Party of China and the Islamic Republic of Iran has been one of less than faithful, if I may refer to it in that way. It's a one-way relationship. The Communist Party is, of course, using Islamic Republic as a tool to be able to feed its own needs, but has no respect for that relationship, is not fully behind them at all. I refer you to specific United Nations security resolutions where Islamic Republic needed their buddies in the Communist Party to come to their aid, they didn't. So there was no loyalty. It was just a matter of benefits and no respect whatsoever. So I expect the Communist Party of China to realize that, look, this was not supposed to be a long-term relationship. Forget about everything that you have actually managed to extract from the Iranian people's pockets. That's it. It's over. It's done. Now we will enter into mutual respect diplomatic relationships where you will not be able to sign 25-year contracts. Nobody knows what the details are, and you know the rest of the story. So that's the story. This is we are witnessing a changing world. In China and Communist Party of China, Siamak, I always distinguish, as you know, the difference between the people of China and the Communist Party of China. Two distinct, different worlds. We love the Chinese people, and we know and feel how Chinese people feel about the Communist Party in China. Completely separate.
Well, Bijan, it's great to have you on. Thank you for giving us an update. We'll touch base with you again to see how everything is going on the ground and hope that there is not any casualties going forward.
Siamak, I told you these are moments of tears and smiles, and that's exactly how I feel. I smile because I cannot stop my joy in seeing people's victory, and I can't control the tears because I am too mourning for lives lost. But Epoch Times has always been on the side of freedom, on the side of people of Iran, and I'm grateful to you and your colleagues at Epoch Times. Let's watch victory together.
Let us know what you think about what's happening in Iran right now. You can always comment or send us emails at siamak@californiainsider.com. We read all of your emails and comments. I'm Siamak Khorrami. This is California Insider. We'll see you next time.